Western Australians love fishing. With crystal clear waters and almost 13,000 kilometres of beautiful coastline, it's easy to see why.
There's so many great fishing locations and accessible beach locations throughout the state that it's one of the pastimes and recreation, and I suppose why 740,000 people make their way down to the beaches and rivers and estuaries and dams every year just to get involved and trying to catch that fish of a lifetime.
Yeah, they gave a bit of a battle, but we landed them all right.
Yes, it was a good morning this morning. That's Australian salmon. We call them West Australian salmon. It's about a 9-pound fish. I did get one this morning about 12 pound.
WA's south coast is a favourite spot for locals and visitors alike, lured by adventure and the chance of catching one of the great small sport fish, the Australian salmon.
Fishing on the south coast is quite exceptional really, and you can do it in a magnificent environment like this. There are countless beaches and bays like this spread all along the south coast from Esperance to Perth. You can pick your own little piece of paradise, go down there, leave nothing but footprints and have some fun.
But despite being spoilt for choice with safe fishing spots on the sand, lives have tragically been lost. This popular site can also be one of the most dangerous.
The challenges are that we do have a lot of rocks, intermittent beach fishing and rock fishing, and that's where the problem lies with the rock fishing. It's really, really dangerous, and that's our main challenge is people fishing off rocks rather than fishing off a beach.
The region is known for its quickly changing weather and big swells that can be really unpredictable. Even on calm days, it can get slippery when waves and spray hit the sloping rocks and rocky headlands.
To be honest, you don't really need to rock fish. We've been here at the salmon holes today, fishing off the beach, catching plenty of fish, having a great time. The schools come into the beach anyway. There are beaches all along this Albany coast and through all the way to the Capes where you can fish perfectly safely off the sand and catch plenty of salmon. I would argue probably more than you'll catch off the rocks. And to me, it's a nice experience to be able to fish with the sand beneath your feet. You can catch a fish, you slide it up on the sand. If you want to keep it for dinner, you keep it. But if you want to release it, you can just walk down, get your ankles wet, drop the fish in, swims off. It's easy and it's fun, and it's always great to have sand beneath your toes. We're Australians.
To help locals and visitors get the most of their fishing experience, the Department of Parks and Wildlife and RecFish West have partnered with local organisations to help improve safety.
This is probably an example of where we've really done intensive management, education programs, signage. We've got silent sentries dotted around the place. We've got angel rings, and we've recently, in the last 12 to 18 months, we've installed rock bolts as well for people to tie themselves on.
Just because they're there doesn't mean you have to go onto the rocks and use them, but if you are going on the rocks and use them, there's no excuse not to tie yourself on, and there's plenty of signs around all the national parks demonstrating how to tie yourself on to these rock bolts.
Fishing off the beach is the only safe option. But for people who choose not to take this advice, there are some key points to remember.
If you are going to even think about or contemplate going on the rocks, you must have a life jacket. So before you even start, even arrive at the beach, we've got 4 locations in here in Albany, and we've got 14 across the state where you can loan free life jackets for a day, sign your name in, no cost, hand it back at the end of the day, and you've saved your life. You'll need a set of rock hoppers. They're about $80 or so from all your key outlets, tackle stores and whatnot. And they've got nails underneath them to help you stick to the rocks. But again, these won't help you, especially if you're going to stand on the black rock.
Black rock areas are particularly slippery and should be avoided. In the event of an emergency, safety equipment is available for public use at high-risk areas along our coast.
Okay, this is the public rescue equipment available at the salmon holes. The devices in front are part of the silent sentry system. There's 3 of these plastic balls in there that somebody can pick up and roll down to somebody in the water, and the ropes are for them to design to grab onto, so they've got some flotation device. The other equipment available is the angel ring, which again can be lifted off and either thrown or rolled down to the rocks, and people can slip their arms over it, again to help them float.
The best thing to do is avoid having to use this equipment altogether by staying off the rocks, observing signage and other safety information.
We've seen, even this morning, we've seen plenty of salmon come off the beach. All around WA, we've got the best beaches probably in the world, so there's no real reason to even fish from the rocks. But if you are, observe first, fish later. So check out the swell, check out the conditions, jump online, jump on all the agencies' websites. I'm sure you'll find some weather information on there. Make sure you've got the right footwear, wear a life jacket, and never fish alone.
Your safety is your responsibility. It's not mine, It's not the department, it's not Recfish West, it's you. So please, take care.